Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Also, check the last part of the video for you to know the next part or the next topic.
Good day, welcome to our math class. Today's topic is about real number system. We have here real numbers, rational, irrational, and imaginary. We're going to define and then give examples in each category. Real number has two categories which are rational and irrational. Then outside real numbers, we have imaginary numbers. So it's like real numbers and imaginary numbers are disjoint. So, ibig sabihin nun, they are like two separate worlds. Kung ang given ay real number, therefore hindi siya imaginary. So, kung ang given ay imaginary, so therefore it cannot be real number. Ngayon, magbibigay tayo ng examples ng rational numbers, irrational numbers, and imaginary numbers. Under rational numbers, may mga categories pa yan. And one of those is integers. Ang integers ay under ng rational number. Example ng integers are negative, 0, and then any positive numbers na wala siyang decimal. Like negative 5, 0, and 4. So, ito ay integers and they are also rational numbers. So, negative 5, 0, and 4 are rational numbers. Another one is whole number. Pag sinabi natin whole numbers, included yung 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So, those are whole numbers. So, like 0 and then 4. And then, another one is counting numbers. Pag sinabing counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 19 and 20, 21, 22, so on and so forth. Those are examples of counting numbers and they are under rational numbers. Under rational numbers, we also have fractions like 1/2, 2/3. We can also have negative 3/4. So those are rational numbers as well. Decimals are part of rational numbers. Well, ang decimal naman, we can convert that to fraction and fraction can be converted to decimal. So they are all part of rational numbers. Like for example, 0.125. We can put also negative 0.825. So those are the rational numbers. Next is irrational. So one of the most famous irrational numbers is pi. So ito yung 3.14, so on and so forth. And then we also have square root of 2, so that is rational or irrational. Square root of 5, so that is irrational. Ngayon, ang tanong, what separates irrational from rational? I mean, di ba syempre isipin nyo, kapag binigay ang isang number, paano masasabi in a snap na ito ay rational or irrational? So I'm going to give you a tip para madali nyong malaman. So I will give another example for irrational. We have square root of 13. Another one is square root of 15. Kung mapapansin nyo, under the irrational numbers, so most of the numbers ay may square root. So, yun yung ibibigay kong tip para mas madali nyo malaman kung ang given ay irrational or rational. Lahat ng numbers na hindi perfect square. So, think of numbers na hindi perfect square. So, like 7. 7 is not a perfect square. Ngayon, if we are going to put square root of and then a non-perfect square number, therefore, irrational yun. Okay, let's have another one. Let's have 14. 14 is not a perfect square. So, kapag nilagyan natin yan ng square root of, irrational na yan. So, yun yung nagsaseparate from rational. So, any numbers na maisip nyo that you know, like for example, negative 1/2, negative 1.3, rational yan. But kapag naglagay tayo dito ng number na hindi perfect square at nilagyan mo ng square root, so that is irrational. So another one, 27, hindi yan perfect square. Let's put square root of, so we will read this as square root of 27, therefore irrational yan. Here, we can put also square root of 25. Since ang 25 ay perfect square root of 25 is positive or negative 5, still under pa rin ng rational yan. So, yun po ang pinagkaiba ng rational and irrational para mas madali nyong matukoy. Next one is imaginary. So, ang example ng imaginary numbers, negative or square root of negative 1, square root of negative 4, square root of negative 9, square root of negative 10, and kung mapapansin nyo, may mga similarity sila. So, they all have square root of or radical, which is ang index ay 2, and then ang nasa loob na number ay negative, or yung radicand ay negative. So, yun yung imaginary. So, once we have a negative number, and then nilagyan natin ng square root of yan, automatic imaginary na yun. So, any number na merong square root of a negative number, automatic imaginary na yun. For example, we have square root of negative 25. Ang 25, positive 25 is a perfect square, but since it's negative 25, and then we put square root of, so that is imaginary. So, square root of negative 25 is imaginary. So, yun po yung rational, irrational, and imaginary.